Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Ringo TV Reactions. We are back again with another update. Jay Prince made a public statement regarding the death of Takeoff. That's right. Jay Prince, yep, that's right, made a public statement on the death of Takeoff. I want to get right into this. Read what he had to say on Instagram. See if I can pull this up on the screen. All right. Yeah, he wrote this, the James Prince Respect Instagram page. Made the following post. Let me see. Got over like 31,000 likes. Almost 4,000 comments, probably about 5,000 comments now. Let's see what it had to say. Welcome to the stream. Click the like button as soon as you come in the building. It goes on and it says, Jay Prince Respect. The Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. To Houstonians and families around the world, this one breaks our heart because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is the price of love. A bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn this loss. I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years, and there has been nothing but mutual love for one another. And that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. And this damn sure shouldn't be circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. As I write this, I'm angry. As I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black-on-black killings. They say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me. Let it be known that you can't hide behind me, besides me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate dumb shit. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolishness and has to be owned by the fool. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous. And the results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff like we do, know this: let's change the narrative in our culture by putting an end to every argument, or disagreement resulting in violence. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace. Takeoff. So, what we got from that situation right there is Jay Prince is basically letting it be known that whoever is responsible, you can't hide behind me. You can't hide behind my name, my fame, my brand, and you won't be protected. So whether it's somebody that's close, that's a problem for them. But now there's some clues that we need to discover in this particular post. It's very apparent that Jay Prince know who did it. The reason why I say that is because his words speak volumes to the fact that he allegedly know who did it. We can see that within what he posts is very clear, and we're going to get to that shortly. But it's interesting that it took this long to have a public statement. They had to choose their words wisely, and we got to break all of this stuff down. So let's start from the top. Start from the top and kind of break this thing down. Right? So it goes on and it says, the Prince family would like to send our condolences to the family and friends of a beautiful soul, Takeoff. To Houstonians, Houstonians, whatever, and families around the world, this one breaks our heart, breaks my heart, because Takeoff was a brother. And you know, when I read all of that, it sounds interesting. Sounds sentimental. But I'm more on the side of logical. In other words, let's just cut the chase. Who killed the man? Let's talk about that. See, I'm no respecter of persons. Who killed him, Jay Prince? Who killed him? You know who did it. Come on. Who did it? Let's not do the emotional stuff, the sentimental stuff, the condolences stuff. We get all of that. Respectfully. But let's get down to the nitty gritty, because your post speaks volumes, because you're supposed to be a boss. So as a boss, we got to take your words and we got to really break them down. You said something in your post, in your words, you said something very, very crucial to the investigation. Not only to the investigation, but it speaks volumes to the fact that whoever did this, you know who did it. That's what we want to know. We understand all the sentimental stuff, the condolences. We get all of that stuff. We get it. It's a sad moment. Takeoff didn't deserve to go out like this. It's not cool. But there's a lot of things that's going on here that's just not looking right to my eyes. We're going to continue reading it, and we're going to get up to the point where he said something that was very telling. Right? He said, this one breaks my heart, because Takeoff was a brother, a son, a role model, and a God-loving human being. Grief is the price of love, a bill people from across the globe are paying right now as we mourn his loss. As we mourn his loss. Or should I say this loss, excuse me. So now, he says we're pretty much mourning this loss, the world, the globe. He says, I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years. And there has been nothing but mutual love for one another. And that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. That ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna change. Why would you bring that up? Did Quavo do something that crossed the line? Jay Prince, did Quavo do something that you know crossed the line? And because of his actions, you're disappointed, but you're making it clear that the love or the mutual respect that you have is not going to change anytime? Could that be it? You said it broke your heart. Takeoff was a brother. We get it. Right? You said, I've been knowing Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset for many years, and there has been nothing but mutual love for one another, and that ain't going to ever change where we are concerned. Okay, it ain't going to ever change. We get that. But my question is, did Quavo do something that triggered a chain reaction that caused the death of Takeoff, and you're disappointed about that? Or did someone within that crew do something that you know, and that's why you're making this public statement? Because within your public statement, you clearly exposed the facts that you know that someone was shooting blindly. So that means that you already got word that a gun was in someone's hand. It was dangerous because they don't have the skills to shoot. So that means somebody was shooting. And for whatever reason, it hit Takeoff. And also, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, of the court of public opinion, it has been said, based on the medical examiner, that Takeoff was shot 3 times, not 2. Three times. How? How does a man get hit 3 times? 3 times. Was he a target? Was this a blood ritual? Who's responsible? Let's talk about that. I understand all the sentimental stuff, the condolences, all those things sound wonderful. But the people, with all due respect, they don't care about that. They want to know who did it. Let's talk about that. Who pulled the trigger? Let's talk about that. Who pulled the trigger? That's what we want to know. We want to know who shot this man, and why is it that nobody's coming forward with that information? Because it seems to me that somebody's hiding this man. And that is why you made this public post, because you're basically saying, look, you're not going to hide behind me. Don't think that I'm going to protect you on this one. Y'all done effed up. So you're basically clearing your name from this. In other words, don't put me in this. I'm not involved in this. My family not involved in this. Well, then who was it? I want to know. Who was it? And where Quavo at? Why he ain't talking? Let's talk about it. Come on, we gotta stop playing this little game. Like, this man lost his life. Everybody's giving these sentimental speeches. I don't care about none of that stuff. Who shot this man? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You know? Everybody want to be sentimental with the condolences. Let's talk about who's the gunman. Who is the gunman? You're Jay Prince. Come on. Come on. All of these people respect you. So you supposed to know who did this. I'm supposed to be in the dark. But you? Oh, they report to you. Oh yeah, you're going to get those phone calls. All sorts of people going to be contacting you. Prince, such and such and such. I don't know, we were there. Guys, what happened? What went down? What happened? Talk to me. Well, what happened was, you know, we was there. So-and-so was 1, 2, 3. I don't know what happened. Who had what? What's going on? You know, nobody ain't saying. What do you mean nobody? Come on. You had those conversations. You had those conversations. Somebody had to say something. There's no way. You understand? This man lost his life. Everybody's talking about how much they loved him. I don't think nobody loved this man. I don't think nobody loved this man because nobody's saying who killed the man. Everybody's busy dancing, playing, and giving sentimental speeches, but nobody's actually talking about who killed him. Who killed him? Who pulled the trigger? Who's the one who did it? Let's talk about it. Nobody's talking about it, right? So now, let me see where it went on. It says, it's not going to change. We are concerned. Okay. This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. Now, Mr. Prince, come on. Come on. You're not making any sense right here. You're saying that this situation should not have been recorded? What do you mean it should not have been recorded? What are you talking about? So let me get this straight. It should not have been recorded. Who determines that? The facility where there's a bowling alley has camera. It was recorded. What do you mean it shouldn't have been recorded? Everybody else's situation all over the earth have been recorded. The stampede that just happened in them Asian countries, it was recorded. Tupac, Biggie, various other artists, recorded. Everything's recorded. This is social media. Everything is recorded. It's supposed to be recorded so we can find out who killed them. We're supposed to have it recorded. What are you talking about? See, listen, this is why I tell you, you need to put the proper people in place to do investigations, because a lot of people are trying to hide and cover things up, and they give these little sentimental speeches, and what they do is they cover up what they really want to say with a sentimental word. You understand? That's what they're doing right here. They start off by sounding sentimental, you know, caring, concerned, but then it goes into this shouldn't have ever happened. Yeah, I agree. It should have never happened. It doesn't matter what city it's in, because y'all don't own the city. The city don't belong to you, right? This shouldn't have ever happened. This shouldn't have been recorded. I disagree with you. What do you mean it shouldn't have been recorded? How else are we going to find out who the killer is? I'm glad it was recorded. I'm glad it's all over the earth. I'm glad everybody's talking about it, because if it wasn't recorded, nobody wouldn't even know what happened to Takeoff. Nobody wouldn't even know who was there. Nobody wouldn't know nothing. So I disagree with you. I think it's irresponsible to say it shouldn't have been recorded. What do you mean? Because in the videos that was recorded, we clearly see a man with a gun. Who was that man holding that gun? Who was that? Who was the man in the car that was sitting next to Quavo that had a gun right by the side while he was driving? Who was that man? Let's talk about it. Because if it wasn't supposed to be recorded, why would Quavo be recording it? Quavo recorded that. Quavo had his phone recording himself in a car with the birthday boy, right? Driving around, right? In Fifth Ward, right? They were recording it. So if it shouldn't have been recorded, then you should talk to those guys because they were recording. And that's evidence. Who was the guy that was in the car? Who was the guy that had that gun next to him during the so-called, I think it was an Instagram story. They were driving in a car at night in Fifth Ward. It was 4 guys in a car, the birthday boy, Quavo, and 2 other fellas. There was a gun. A gunman was in that car with a gun. Who was that guy? Because they were heading over to the bowling alley. So who was him? You see what I'm saying? Who was the guy that had the bag that was in all navy blue, right? With the red striped bag. He had a gun holding the whole time. TMZ broke that story with the footage. Who was that guy, Mr. Prince? You talking about it shouldn't have been recorded. We have guys that have guns on them. Who are these guys? And why nobody's identifying them? Listen, let me tell you something, man. See, the thing is with me, I don't sugarcoat nothing. It's very evident that they know who this guy is. And they're making it abundantly clear, you're not going to hide behind me, so you better just go do your bid, do your time. We're not going to get you out of this one. You were out there acting crazy. You had your gun, but don't try to hide behind me. Don't look for me to save you. If I feel personally that is exactly what Mr. Prince is saying. He's saying, look, I got love for all you young cats. Y'all coming up in this game. It is what it is. Y'all were out there acting the fool. But don't even dare try to put this on me and my family because we not bailing you out. I feel that's what he's saying. I feel what he's basically saying is, listen, you're not going to ride my coattail. I'm not going to use none of my influence or power to deliver you out of this one. You pull that trigger, go do the time. Go do the time. Hey, you did what you did. You weren't in the right frame of mind. You shooting blindly. Go do your time, fam. Yeah, but I can't do that time, man. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I didn't know he was standing there, man. I didn't know, fam. Like, this stuff, it's eating me alive, man. I don't know what to do, man. I can't just turn myself in like that. Bro, you're gonna have to turn yourself in. Yeah, but is there anything you could do, man? Is there anything you could do? Like, man, damn, bro. I'm gonna go down, man. They gonna give me life, fam. I can't do this, bro. I didn't know, fam. I mean, one thing led to the next, man. I was going on the side, man. I didn't see him, fam. I didn't see him, man. I didn't know. Well, see, here's the thing, fam. How did Takeoff get hit 3 times? The medical examiner said 3 times. How? How did this guy get hit 3 times? That's crazy. He got shot in the head. Clearly somebody was aiming for his head. This man got shot in the head. In the head? Let me get this straight. It was a lucky shot. Have any of you been at the gun range? Have any of you been at the gun range? You know, like how when you have the little paper thing you got to shoot? Getting headshots, that looks good when you go to the gun range. That means you on point. You get a couple of body shots, arm shots. But when you get headshots, wow. Man, so somebody was aiming for this brother's head, man. Somebody was aiming. Could it have been mistaken identity? Because a lot of those dudes over there had similar styles in terms of their locks. A lot of them looked similar. Could someone have mistaken Takeoff for somebody else that had locks? Man. He got shot in his head, fam. That's not just a lucky shot. Somebody was aiming at this brother, man. Somebody pointed that gun. Take him out. That's what happened. And I believe due to the adrenaline and the amount of people that was there, Whatever broke off, somebody aimed. That man got clapped 3 times, fam. 3 times. What are the odds of an innocent man that, number one, he wasn't arguing with nobody? You never heard of Takeoff being involved in any beef in the industry. You know, he always talked about family type stuff in his raps, wanting to see some relatives and other different things. You ain't seen him arguing with nobody, fighting with nobody. There's no mention of him playing any dice. But he gets shot 3 times? 3 times? Come on, fam. This man was the target of the whole night. That's why I made my blood sacrifice video. And a lot of people upset. Nah, you could be upset with the killer. You upset with me? Be upset with the damn killer, fam. What the hell wrong with you? You tripping. How you upset with a man for making a video, but you ain't upset with the killer? You ain't upset with who's hiding the killer. You ain't upset with Quavo. Quavo is in hiding. Quavo is his uncle. You mean to tell me Jay Prince can come into the public and give a public statement, but Quavo, his uncle, is in hiding secretly and didn't even speak up on the matter? But you mad with me. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy for sharing my opinion. I guess I'm one of the media whores, right? Because we have a story to tell, because you folks out there that know the situation, you're busy hiding it. You don't want nobody to know who the killer is because they're under protection. Why? Because they're family members, cousins, nephews, brothers? No. Whoever killed this man is supposed to come forward and pay the piper. It's just that simple. If all of you cats claim that you got love for Takeoff, which I don't think you do, y'all would have been handed over the killer already. This is a joke, fam. This is a joke. It's a joke. You understand? Let's read more of this situation here. See what else we can find from this. He says, this shouldn't have ever happened in our city. This shouldn't have been recorded. And this damn sure shouldn't have been circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. Why not? Why not? What do you mean it shouldn't have been? So you telling me that the fans, the friends, and the family, they don't want to see no videos, they don't want to see no news, you just want everything to be quiet. Let me get this straight. Are you telling me that you just wanted this thing to just happen and nobody know? Allegedly? Is that what you're saying? Mr. Prince, are you allegedly saying that you would have rather Takeoff get murdered and there is no footage, no posts, nothing, but he's just like a mysterious murder? You would have rather it be that way to protect the friends and families and fans from seeing anything? Is that what you are? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying it would have been better for his murder to have been a mystery? In other words, we just hear about it, but there's no visuals. We don't know it was at a bowling alley. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, that would sound like some sort of cover-up. That would sound very, very interesting. Allegedly. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have ever been in our city. And this damn sure shouldn't have been circulating across social media for family, friends, and fans to see. I disagree. I think that all of this is supposed to play out the way it's playing out. Because if anything, that is causing people to dig deeper. Because it seemed like we, the people, are the ones on the case, whereas the people that know They're not speaking. So what does that say? What does that say about Quavo and the entire team and everybody else that's involved? It says that everybody is hiding everything. Nobody don't want to talk. Of course you wouldn't have wanted it on social media because it's out there. The clues are out there. Gunmen, faces are being shown. People are being implicated. And it can all come back to you, if anything. Do you follow me? See, somebody messed up. Somebody made a mistake. Somebody was sloppy. And because of this issue, it is now putting the spotlight on you. It's putting the spotlight on Jay Prince Jr. It's putting the spotlight on Quavo. It's putting the spotlight on a lot of people because while Takeoff was on the floor in blood, there is video footage, showing Prince Jr. walking by a man's body and just kind of ignoring it like it was nothing. I don't hear you talking about that. Where was the love for Takeoff then? How could a man walk over another man's body and just kind of just go into another room like it ain't nothing while a man is there dying? Nobody cares, but everybody's saying they got love. They got love for Takeoff, right? No, nobody have love for Takeoff. You know who have love for Takeoff? The people that are speaking the truth. The people that are reporting on the stories. The people that are making the videos. The people that are questioning the narratives. They got love. Because it seemed like everybody that claimed they got love, they are not doing a damn thing to bring out any sort of truth regarding these matters. But you guys, y'all don't want nothing online. Y'all don't want no video. Y'all don't want no pictures. Y'all don't want nothing. Y'all want everything to be brushed under the rug. Sorry, we're in 2022. Everything is on social media. And thankfully, this entire ordeal is on social media for the world to see. Right? So now he goes on and he says, as I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another. I think you should tell that to the guys that were there. Mr. Prince, respectfully, I think that you should sit down with all of those guys, whether you know them or not, and tell them that. This has nothing to do with us. This has something to do with those guys. Why would millionaires, men that got money, why would they be somewhere gambling, allegedly? Why would men worth millions of dollars be sitting around ghetto gambling, playing dice? What millionaire in his right mind put himself in a predicament where he's driving around Fifth Ward up in the streets with another guy with a gun in the car? Like, who does that? Who moves this sloppy? What kind of grown men is this? These men move sloppy. Quavo moves sloppy. The driver in the car sloppy. Everybody's sloppy. See, they may not have been cut from your cloth, so they don't know no better. They don't understand the streets. They don't understand how to move. They're sloppy. So you need to have that talk with them. This has nothing to do with us not respecting this and not respecting that. No. It's those guys who came to a party, a private event, and then things went left. That has nothing to do with us. Do you understand that? So now, goes on, he says, as I write this, I'm angry at about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race. No, this has nothing to do with it as a race. Please stop. This has nothing to do with us as a race. No. We're not gonna play that little game. This has nothing to do with us as a race. This has everything to do with the people you know. This has everything to do with Quavo and his team that were sloppy. And they were out there arguing with some other crew. And then it ended up in Takeoff losing his life. They're the ones who were sloppy. They're the ones who cost that man his life. It has nothing to do with no one on social media. It have nothing to do with no blogger. It have nothing to do with no one taking a photo. This have everything to do with men that are supposed to be men, but they're sloppy. They the ones who caused this. Right? As I write this, I'm angry. Angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another. So you're angry about the lack of love we have for one another, but yet all of the rap industry, all of the music industry, all they sing about and rap about is kill 'em, stick 'em up, trap house, thug, thug life, gangster, gangster, gangster. Please, please, save me the sentimental stuff. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that type of stuff because the hip hop industry is responsible for killing more black men than you can imagine. Let's stop the cap. Let's stop playing games. Black men are dying every day due to gun violence, due to hip hop. Because these guys walk through these streets thinking that life is not real. This ain't about no up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. You can't get 1,000,000 lives, it's one. And they took this man's life. Took his life. They made a song that dropped on Halloween called Messy. Song starts off with them in a car, as if Quavo was about to take this guy's life. Similar to what a mob would do to someone to take him out of the game. Because he got the word from the top telling him it's a green light, you could go ahead and handle that business. We see them at the door at the house with some skeletons at the door. Why is it that the video was made and directed by Quavo, and they got your boy Takeoff standing by the door with skeleton bones right behind him? Then we see Quavo in the room on the bed with the contract with the Migos. With the Migos contract. We already done know Offset is not with them right now. So who is that contract for? Ding dong. Takeoff. And then the camera moves and we see Takeoff standing by the door next to the Grum Weeper with a tombstone saying R.I.P. And this video was directed by Quavo. Let it make sense. And you want to talk about you're angry? You want to talk about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black on black killings? You're saying that, Mr. Prince? Mr. Prince, there was a woman that came on social media. You could probably find her video on my platform. I think it's the previous one. She mentioned that she's not going to go into any details about anything because the Prince family know who she is. Do you know who that woman is? Do you know who that woman is? She seemed to be very afraid of you. She seems to have a lot of fear for the Prince family. So my question for you, sir, is why is it that all these people have fear for you? I want to know, do you harm people? Do you do these things, Mr. Prince? Because it seems like these people are very, very fearful of you. So for a man to say something about, as I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic place of black on black killings. I want to know, why would people that was witnesses at this event, why would they be so fearful of showing their identity and speaking on the issue if you're such a loving, nice Christian man, allegedly? Because they seem to be very fearful of you. I want to know, like, is it a possibility that these people know how you operate? What exactly is going on? Why nobody's talking about these things? Why is everybody scared? That's what I want to know. I don't get it. That woman in that video said, she's not gonna really go into much detail because the Prince family know who she is. And the way she said that was she was full of fear, as if though she was fearing for her life. So my question to you, sir, is why was that woman afraid for her life if she said anything? Is it a possibility that if she would spoke about anything more, that her life would be in danger because of you and any other sort of ties or connection? I want to know, because to make such a sentimental post like that, it sounds very, very, very loving for social media. But see, people like me, oh, I can read beyond the words and I can see something more. So I just want to know. I'm trying to challenge those thoughts, because if you're concerned about people not loving one another, then why would a woman feel so fearful just to speak her piece? And if you love Takeoff so much, surely you would want her to speak her piece and let the truth be known, right? Listen, when I tell you folks, the industry is fake. The industry is 100% fake. Everyone is fake. Nobody's real. You can't trust nobody, fam. I wouldn't trust none of these people, bro. Seriously, none of them, none of them, none of them. This man, Takeoff, lost his life. And up to now, no one has been arrested? No one been arrested yet. And shout out to everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the clouds. Make sure y'all get the likes of the video up. We have 1,300 in the building. Let's get those likes to 1,000, fam. I only provide y'all the best material. You already done know what it is. Ain't nobody else doing this. They say they love Takeoff, but his killer is not caught yet. What is taking you guys so long? That's why I don't listen to none of these words. None of these words mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing, because it don't produce results. If these folks really had love for Takeoff, the killer would already done be brought to justice. They're finding it very difficult to bring this killer to justice and let's let it be known who he is. Who is he by name? What's his government? Why'd he do it? Was this an intended target? Listen to me carefully. Was Takeoff the intended target? Was he the intended target? Was there an alleged hit on Takeoff? Was this about money? Allegedly. Was this about a woman? The video messy. Quavo talked about how, you know, one of his mans smashed his woman. Could it be possible that, I don't know, could it be possible that Quavo got some sort of word that Takeoff allegedly smashed one of his women, and he took great offense to that and decided to take him out? What was this about? See, Mr. Prince, I'm sure you know the full details. I know you know the full details. See, I'm cut from a different cloth, where we think 100% logical. We don't got no time for the emotional stuff. We don't got no time for that because it's not making any sense. This young man died. This is not the type of young man that was supposed to die. Not him. Not him. Other guys deserve that, but not him. He's that type of guy that he's doing his thing, making money, stays out of trouble. He's not that type of guy that's supposed to die like that. What's going on? Who orchestrated that? Who put that together? Why him? Out of all the other scumbags in the world, why him? Why him? Never heard the man beefing in no songs, never heard no drama. Every time you seen him at a photo op with the Migos, he always seemed to be the guy that just didn't fit in. Anybody that watched any of the Migos, any of their interviews, any of their photos, anything, you would know Takeoff always looked like he just didn't fit in. He always looked like the guy that was on the outside. Everybody else had this dark cloud over them, but Takeoff didn't have that dark cloud. He was always appearing to be the guy that you knew he wasn't no trouble. But the other two, you knew they had some sort of negative energy. And I've always known that, even by the way they dress. Sometimes you would see Quavo and what's the other guy name? I just said his name, man. Done forgot his damn name, fam. It's crazy. What's his name? Off something? I don't know. These guys have all these damn names. Whoever, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anytime you see those guys dress up, you would see the other two in black, and Takeoff would be in white. Y'all ever notice that? You ever notice them photos you would see Quavo, Offset, Takeoff, you would see Takeoff, Offset, and you would see Takeoff, Offset in black, but you would see Takeoff in white. Why? Because that was always an indicator that Takeoff was not the guy that would more likely get his hands dirty. It would be the other two. You understand? So how did this happen? Was this an orchestrated hit on the young man for whatever reason? Did he cross the line? Did he do something out of pocket? Did someone else step over their boundaries and did something they weren't supposed to do? Did someone else try to take him out for some pettiness? What really went wrong? Because this man got shot 3 times. That's not common, especially if he wasn't the intended target. You know, bullets have names on them. If those bullets was meant for somebody else, they would have those bullets. But these bullets went to him. 3. What are the odds? What are the odds of 2 different people shooting and those bullets hitting him? Come on, man, y'all gotta talk to me. Y'all gotta talk to me about this one. It's not making sense, right? So now let me see what else we got here. Let me see. He said, as I write this, I'm angry about the lack of love and respect we have for one another as a race, which keeps bringing us back to the same tragic black on black killing. Now, the only black people that are out here killing are these toxic Negroes that don't have no home training or upbringing, and they follow Satan. Black people as a whole are not out here doing this. You understand? They're not the ones doing this mess. He went on to say, they say Satan is the author of confusion. And right now, there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. I take offense to that because you being a boss, one who should understand the streets and understand the severity of this issue and these particular men that are involved, I don't think that it's logical to be focusing on narratives or what any media whore is saying. I think that as a general, you're supposed to be focusing on who killed this man. Let's talk about that. Who killed this man? Who cares about lies and media whores or narratives? Why don't you put out the narrative that's supposed to be? Why don't Quavo, why don't Quavo come out of hiding? Why don't Quavo gain some balls and come into the public and make a public statement on who did it? Y'all talking about lies and narratives and all this other junk, but yet none of y'all talking about what went down? You can't make this stuff up, people. This is what you call when people dance around the truth. They're dancing. They're dancing around the truth. So they're saying things that sound like, when you watch videos on social media, like we're all liars and we don't know what we're talking about, but yet all those people that were involved, none of them is cooperating with police. None of them is talking. Why? Because none of them loved Takeoff. None of them. Takeoff was only good enough while he was alive. Now that he's dead, nobody cares. Because everybody's thinking about that prison time they're going to be getting. Right? He said, they say Satan is the author of confusion, and right now there are a lot of lies. Okay, if there are a lot of lies, Mr. Prince, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know what is a lie from the truth if you were not there? How could you know? How could you know, Mr. Prince, what is a lie from the truth? Logically speaking, that would imply that you know the truth, right? But you didn't put out that narrative. And how would you know if you weren't there? Were you there, allegedly? Because I sure enough wouldn't even be saying none of this. I don't know who wrote this, publicist, someone else. But if you wrote this, or if a publicist wrote this, I would fire them immediately, effective today, right now. They would be fired. Because for you to say those words, it would imply that you know the truth. If there are lies being shared, that means you know the truth. But you haven't given that perspective yet. You see how this works, ladies and gentlemen? You see how this works? He said, Satan is the author of confusion, and right now, there are a lot of lies and false narratives being spread by media whores. So you're insulting people in the media as media whores. You're insulting them now, sir. Now you're disrespecting media. But you weren't there. So to call them media whores is rather offensive for a man that said we ought to love and black on black killings, and it just don't, it's not adding up. I'm just saying. right? This is not adding up. You call them media whores. That's not good. Why are they media whores? You said there are lies, false narratives that are being spread. What lies? What narratives that are being spread? Fill in the blanks. Tell us what are the lies and what is the truth. Since you know it all, since you know the truth, why aren't you speaking about it? Why aren't you on camera speaking about the truth so the people can know the true narrative if you weren't even there? Man, I tell you, this is amazing, right? Let's see what else we can find in this. So he talks about the media whores and all this other stuff. He says, I consider myself a man that's quick to listen and slow to speak. Please stop quoting Bible verses. Please, stop. See, you're talking to a man of truth, an awakened biblical Israelite. I'm not in the dark. I put on the glasses. I can actually see that they live. I'm not your normal human being. I'm one of the chosen. Do you understand me? I have the wisdom of the Most High. I fear no man. Now, you're saying that you're one who is quick to listen, slow to speak. It seemed like you're more so slow to speak because you're not speaking on who killed this man. You're not. Why not? Why you're not speaking about who killed Takeoff? Why not? Why you're not talking about what matters? You said, I consider myself a man that's quick to listen, but I don't think you're listening to anything. I don't think you're listening to these narratives. I don't think you're listening to what the streets are talking about. I think you're upset because you realize that people in the street are very smart. They're not gullible. They're not the typical sheeple that just follow anything, but they actually have critical thinking, rational judgment, capable of discerning what really happened. That's right. And it's bothering you. He said, therefore, to whomever is responsible for putting that bullet in my nephew's head. What do you mean, to whoever's responsible? Shouldn't you know? Shouldn't you know who that is? Ask Quavo. Ask the guy that had the gun with the bag. Ask him. Ask the guy that was in the car that also had a gun. Ask him. All of those guys there. Nobody don't know? You guys are not looking good, fam. You guys are not looking smart. This is not making any sense. I don't see how in the world could someone write this. I don't think this is even written by him. This doesn't make any sense. This seemed to be put together by somebody that's just not even thinking logical. Because I wouldn't even do this. This is a mess. Whoever wrote that is not smart. I'm keeping it 1,000%. Whoever wrote that cannot be that man. Whoever wrote that got to be just somebody that just put that together to make it sound good. There's no way. Listen to me. There is no way that's coming from a boss, man. There's no way. Whoever's responsible for putting that, there's no way. Somebody put that together, fam. I don't believe that. This doesn't even make sense. Quavo was there. A young lady was right next to Takeoff when he got shot. Another woman came forward and said she don't want to go into full detail because the Prince family know who she is. So she's scared. She don't want to say nothing. You had a gunman that was there It looked like he had locks or little braids or whatever the case is with a cap. He had a burner right on his side, hands on the trigger, ready to go off. You gonna tell me he don't know what's going on? You gonna tell me he don't know who's there? You gonna tell me he wasn't eyeing certain cats? So nobody don't know nothing, right? Nobody don't know. But you want to say whoever was responsible for putting a bullet in Takeoff's head. You really gonna say that? So nobody don't know nothing, right? This is embarrassing sad. This is embarrassing, man. This shouldn't even be going on this long. This shouldn't be going on this long. So, he said to whomever responsible for putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me. Why would they hide behind you? Why would they hide behind you, Jay Prince? Jay Prince, why would they hide behind you? Who is that? What are you talking about? Hide behind you. What do you mean? Hide behind you. Hide behind you in what way? What do you mean? What do you mean hide behind you? So this person knows you? So is this person affiliated with you? Allegedly? Is this person affiliated? Is this person a part of some team? Is this person an alleged shooter gone bad? Is this person on payroll? Is this person a part of the security that was supposed to protect the artist? Who is this guy? See, I'm asking the real questions. Nobody is going into this type of detail on YouTube. Nobody. This is crazy. He said the following. He said, putting that bullet in my little nephew's head, let it be known that you can't hide behind me, besides me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate dumb shit. All right, so if you don't tolerate dumb shit, that means you don't tolerate, based on your own words, you don't tolerate sloppy work. You don't tolerate sloppy work. That speaks volumes. A lot of people gonna get them phone calls. A lot of people gonna get those calls from the police, fam. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of these cats is above the law. And certain law enforcement is in their pocket. So I already done know how that goes. Trust and believe I know. But I see what he's doing. He's basically saying, I'm not protecting you on this one. You effed up. You went out there, you did something dirty. I can't save you on this one. That's what he's saying. Oh, yeah. He goes on and he says, let me see where we at. Bum, bum, bum. You can't hide besides me or anywhere near me because I don't tolerate dumb shit. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet. Now he's saying he don't know whose bullet. He said, I speak these words not knowing whose bullets. But you know that there were bullets, and you know someone that had a gun. That's why you don't know whose bullets. But I'm pretty sure you know who, allegedly. But you got to word it that way. I understand. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible. Not bullet, sir. He was shot 3 times. Bullets went into that man. Bullets. Right? So now, He said, bullet in my nephew's head. Let it be known that you can't hide behind me, besides me, or anywhere near me, because I don't tolerate dumb shit. I speak these words not knowing whose bullet is responsible for his death. With that being said, the root of this tragedy is foolishness and has to be owned by the fool. So right now he's basically saying, you clowns were out there acting like children rather than moving like a boss. So you're gonna have to own it up. You're gonna have to own up this one. I'm not bailing you out on this one. I'm not bailing you out. You remember the scene? Let me see if I can remember that movie. There was a movie that really shows this particular part right here. It was a movie where John Wick, you remember the scene where the son of the boss man, the son orchestrated something where they went to his house, killed his dog, I believe his family. You remember that? And he called up the pops and made it known. And the father was trying to calm everything down, but it was too late. The father couldn't protect the son. And he told him that he once seen John Wick killed, I think, 5 guys with a pencil. Y'all remember that scene? Well, if you think about that, that's exactly what Prince is saying here. He's saying, to all of you cats, y'all did y'all dirt out there. Don't come looking to me to protect you, because I can't. John Wick is coming for you. Wow. See how that works? So now, let's see what else he had to say. He says, I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands. Now listen, people, listen very carefully. Listen to this. This is very, very telling. I'm the best at breaking things down on YouTube. There is no other. I know there's no other. So make sure you get those likes up, fam. Support the stream. Listen to this very carefully. He said, I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close, that close his eyes to shoot, Mr. Prince, you know who did it. Your words implicate you. You know who did it. You know who did it. Your words alone. This is why I said whoever wrote this, I would have took that down right away. I would have took that down quick. I'm gonna read this thing again. This is crazy. Now, he said, I will sum this up. I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close his eyes to shoot and doesn't have the proper skills of operating that gun is dangerous, and the results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. This would prove that Jay Prince is aware of the altercation, aware of who did it, aware of what went wrong, and everything else. That's right. He knows. He knows. Look, fam, one thing that I know I'm good at is reading to understand. And I can read people very well. I can read them very well. Listen. Listen to this, fam. Listen carefully. He says, I will sum this up by saying a gun in the hands of any human that close his eyes to shoot, 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 and doesn't have the proper skills, accuracy, skills, training, skills, awareness, skills, experience. Are you following me? Of operating that gun is dangerous, and the results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot, which means someone else was supposed to be shot? Was someone else to be the target? And this is a case of mistaken identity? Because certain individuals may have looked similar? Because I'm going to tell you, it was about 2 other guys there that looked like Takeoff. There was 2 other guys that were there, about similar height. They looked just like him, similar. Once you see those locks, you might think that's the guy, and before you know it, you shot the wrong guy. Could that have been it, allegedly? So he goes on and says, is dangerous, and results usually end with innocent people who had nothing to do with the altercation being shot or killed. To the homies in Georgia and around the world that got love for Takeoff like we do, know this. It's changed the narrative. Wait. Like we do, know this. Let's change the narrative in our community by putting an end to every argument or disagreement resulting in violence. It's okay to live and let live to see another day. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Takeoff. So now, he's basically saying, let's change the narrative. Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's get over our differences. All of that stuff sounds nice and sentimental, but in today's culture, that's never going to happen. The reason why is our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We don't have knowledge of self. We don't have knowledge of truth. We don't have knowledge of the Most High. We don't keep the commandments of the Most High. We are rebellious, cantankerous, argumentative, bitter. Do you understand? Extremely toxic, delusional. We don't want to take heed to instructions. Violent. We hate our own people. In order for that to change, one must be educated. And the way education must begin is through the renewal of the mind, which is something a lot of you don't want. You just want to be entertained. You don't want truth. You don't want to grow. So how are we going to change the narrative of killing one another and destroying communities if we don't want to take the time to educate ourselves and take personal responsibility for our own actions as human beings in the community? You understand? Black on black crime is going to always be around as long as hip hop is the same. As long as we're still talking about shoot 'em up, sell drugs, the trap house, gangsta, it's going to always be the same because these young brothers are impressionable And it's very easy to manipulate them, very easy to influence them into a life of crime. Because that's what we teach in these songs. That's what we teach young black men, to go out there and rob, steal. And the people that he's robbing is his own people. The people that he's sticking up is his own people. The women that he abused is his own women. We teach these boys this in music, how to get with women, sleep with women, pump, dump, smash, and dash, and leave these women in the trash as single mothers carrying babies throughout these ghettos. You understand? That's what we teach in music. So in order for the narrative to change, record labels are gonna have to change. Movies are gonna have to change. Everything's gonna have to change. And better yet, most of all, parents are gonna have to be parents rather than being your children's friends. Bars. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter, fam. Ringo TV reactions. You already done know what it is. Right? That's right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel today for the best content on YouTube. Ringo TV Reactions. We provide the best reactionary videos on YouTube. There is no other. So subscribe to the channel today. Click the notification bell for all notifications. And we'll pretty much catch you in the next video. Ringo TV Reactions. Subscribe today. And I'm out, fam. Peace. You already done know what it is. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTVRaw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.